Welcome back. Welcome back to A Man in the Sea of Lies. And today we have Canadiana. Well, I don't have the big red liberal L tattooed on my forehead, nor am I wearing a red hat with a big L or anything like that. But the Canadiana is starting right now. I just got Mark Carney's book on as my monthly title on Audible. So I was surprised. It's 20 hours of listening, so I guess it translates to I don't know 400 or 500 pages or something like that. So, as you know, I spend a lot of time in my car every day, so it's gonna be a long process because I want to miss anything on this one because I wanna review this book later. And I want to really get into it and see he's our prime minister after all, you know. So I'll get it done. So it starts today. Well, it's gonna start on Monday morning. I'm not gonna ruin my weekend with Mark Carney's stuff. Well, will ruin my weekend watching and reading about other stuff that he does. But I'm not gonna get into the title this weekend. So Monday, I got my lumberjack uh, shirt on for this special Canadiana uh, occasion, and that's what Canadiana is to me. You know, the North, the vast, like the vast land, the long shoreline, the lakes, all this stuff. This is what makes Canada beautiful. We were blessed. We were blessed with natural resources, right, left, and center. And thanks to politicians like Mark Carney and others, that includes our media and various activists, we're not tapping into our resources because we believe that it's a wrong thing to do. So for all these people that think that this is a wrong thing to do, I'd like to remind you, like we so it's all emotions and knee-jerk reactions all the time. You know, for example, in Toronto, they look at cars and they see cars as evil because they pollute. You know, the vast majority of pollution is done by like commercial, industrial, and housing sites. So the land, the properties, is what really pollutes. In reality, transportation is only responsible for about 25%, or some people even say even 15 and 25% of pollution for transportation. And personal cars are half of that, roughly, right? The rest is trucks, trains, ships, airplanes, that sort of thing, right? So, and on top of it, our contribution to pollution worldwide is minimal considering our landmass. Not only that, but also we've been fighting pollution on various levels here in Canada, internationally for decades now. And the consumption of oil and natural gas and natural resources continues to escalate all the time. So it seems that what we do, it doesn't have any effect on anything. So we don't contribute by half a percentage point to the growth. So that's why we're going to make Canadians poor because of that. It's ridiculous. And it's enough for someone to travel around the world to realize that it's got nothing to do with that. And besides, oil, natural gas, especially oil, it's everywhere. Building materials, asphalt, for the road constructions, for machinery construction, you name it, oil is everywhere. If we eliminate cars tomorrow, oil consumption worldwide is going to continue to rise. So that's not the way to impoverish our citizens because of ideology. That's not the way to go. But anyway, apparently these guys from Davos, Mark Carney and his friends, they know better how to deal with that kind of stuff, right? Because we little munchkins, the working stiff, like me, with my car every day from morning until late afternoon, taking care of business. To them, it doesn't mean anything. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I hate when people say that, by the way. If you're not going to get ahead of yourself, then don't get ahead of yourself. But I just did, so there you go. I'm just human. Anyway, so Monday morning, I'm going to start dive into that book of Mark Carney's Values. And I'll be pausing often and taking notes often. Promise you that. And I mentioned this before, but I read Schwab's book before and a few other titles about the subject. And it's so rich, of information, how they feel and what they think. And what they think is that they know better how to, than the working stiff, how to lead the world. Because, of course, us working stiffs know nothing. These things never end well, and it's not going to be any different this time. So I wish Mark Carney and crowd luck. In the meantime, I'm gonna get into it and let you know how I feel about it. And I'm sure it's gonna be full of material for dozens of videos or something, like maybe not dozens, but I'll report on that. Thanks for watching tonight, Saturday night. It's kind of gloomy outside. It's raining. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe, and so long.